Good morning. I hope you're doing good today. We're going to look at activity 2 together. But before we do this activity, I want us to talk about what this is about the clock and about this number line. So before we really get into discussing the problem about Shane and his swim practice, I want us to focus on the clock and the number line. So down below here, I have put a clock and a number line like the one you're going to use in your problem today, and I want to talk about how to use this. So first of all, I see my clock in my example, so don't worry about the one on your paper just yet. I'm looking at the clock in my example, and this clock shows the hour hand between the 2 and the 3. So it's 2, and then the minute hand, the long hand, is on the 6. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the time on this clock is 2:30. Now let's say that we are going outside to play at 2:30 and we're going to stay outside for an hour. If we're going to stay outside for 1 hour, then we know that the minute hand has to go all the way around 60 minutes. Well, let's look at what that looks like on the number line. First of all, on this number line, I see the time starting at 12, and I have 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all the way until I get back to 12 o'clock. So 2:30 would be between the 2 and the 3 o'clock. So 30, we know, is halfway around, so it's going to be halfway in the middle. Well, let's think about this. A clock can be divided into 4 parts. And when I separate it into 4 parts, each of these 4 parts is 15 minutes. 15, 15, 15, 15. So each part is 15 minutes. Now, 2 of these parts together would be 30 minutes. And so halfway around, like we said, is 2:30. So the same thing is on the number line. If I have between 2 and 3 o'clock and it's separated into 4 parts, this would be 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, and another 15 minutes would be all the way to 3 o'clock. So right here, I'm going to change my color here. Right here in the middle of 2 and 3 would be 2:30. And if I'm going 1 hour plus 1 hour more would be adding 4 of these small parts together, and 1 hour more would put me at 3:30. So if I'm staying outside for 1 hour, that would be 3:30. If I wanted to stay outside for an hour and 15 minutes, that would be one jump of 15 minutes, which would land me at 3:45. So I can separate each hour into 4 parts that are each equal to 15 minutes. Okay? So I would show it on my number line as 2:30 plus 1 hour plus another 15 minutes would be 3:45. Now I want you to use this information to help you with this problem where it says Shane started swim practice at the time below. So you see the time on this clock. Now it's different than the clock I used in the example, but yet it's still similar. If swim practice lasts 1 hour and 15 minutes, what time will practice end? Practice will end at blank. So you're going to write the time there that practice will end, and then show your work on the number line and explain how you used the number line to determine the time that practice was over. So you'll show the number line, use this, mark your time, and then jump On the number line, jump 1 hour and then jump another 15 minutes. And where you land will be the time that practice ends. So use the example that I did below. And if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you have a great day. I miss you. I love you. Big hugs.